Whew. Hey gang, Johnny Michelle here. Hope y'all doing good. Man, we had a hard one today. What a challenge. Now Michelle? She's ready for bed. Look at her dirty hands. Working hard for the man. Now my wife really appreciates me and she loves to help me because she knows I'm all by myself. Now, some things need two hands. Two sets of hands, excuse me. You see this thing here come out of the back of the motor. That's where the PVC would go in these engines. They never had a PVC. They utilized what they call open circuit. Air came from in here, this thing here, right? And filtered through, went through the engine, all the heat, and all the, exhausts. And it came up this back called the teapot. This little teapot, that's what it looks like. Came down here, and it looked like a 1-inch pipe. And came down and bolted to one of the starter bolts and then came down underneath the car. But you can see it, maybe, right there. Well, you wouldn't believe how many things I had to take apart, as you can see all over the place. The fuel line, the distributor cap, the vacuum lines, other wires, unbelievable. But anyways, we finally got it done. We're going inside the house. But you can't get to it. You think you'd, force it down to get it down in position, but you can't. Believe it or not, the last ditch effort, we said, let's try some. We try to put it up and twist it and all that and get it through the top, from the bottom up. And that's when it worked out for us. But then the idiots that made it, I don't know if I can show you with some light here. Let's get my camera in there. So, when it's bolted onto the starter, if you can see it, but right there, the little bracket was all bent. It was all bent. Oh, my light, I'm losing my light. The bulb was loose. Yeah, it was all bent. They just tacked it on the wrong way. So you had to grab it and go up and then down with it. In other words, you know what I mean? Like a mountain. You have to go up and go down like when you're making an N on a letter, to get the fit. I had to sit underneath my back and manipulate that little, good thing it's thin metal, that little bracket. And here's what I did it underneath here. As you can see, it's not too much space. It's cramped, it's awful. But somehow with the help of my beautiful assistant and wife, we get her done. Huh, Michelle? Well, tomorrow I got to put all this stuff back on. It was already on once, but now you probably think, well, why are you putting that old-fashioned, they call that on these 292s, a draft tube. Why are you putting that ventilative draft tube back on from the 1950s? Why don't you keep the original wafer that you had right in between here, the little 3/4-inch wafer that allowed you to recirculate the gases from the engine back through the carburetor. Yeah, positive ventilation. Yeah, it sounds good. The thing is, it raised that teapot carburetor, which is the original, which runs really good. It raised it up that almost 3/4 of an inch, and you see that little tiny stud on the top that allows you to bolt down the air cleaner, the housing. You couldn't close the hood. And prior, they closed the hood and they put a dent in it, as you can see. So that was wrong. You can't try to fix one thing or accommodate something. Meanwhile, you can't close your hood. You're going to dent up your hood, and you can't do that. So what they did to compensate is they took the damn bottom half of the oil bath air cleaner housing and they banged it with a hammer, like a ball peen hammer, made 50,000 dents, and they smashed it. So the air filter, was like this on an angle. Believe it or not. Yeah, it was bent downward like a jet wing, unbelievable. Instead of doing it the right way, like we just did, and spend 2 hours busting ourselves to put that tube in. Yeah, these pedal a little bit of what do you call that there? Blow by underneath the car. They little oil drops sometimes from them on your driveway. It was old school, but it's a hell of a lot better than now I can close my hood, especially over there, as you can see. after I bought a $530 brand new dry filter type air filter housing to put on it. What was I going to do? Stop banging that with a ball peen hammer? Hell no. Anyways, that's what we got for this evening. Tomorrow we'll have everything else put back in place and be another good day. Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing, Michelle? Putting away something? Yeah, she's sitting down. She wants to go inside. All right, we're going to let you go. Lovely wife and I are going to wash our hands and bodies and hit the hay, I guess. Watch some TV, the news, right? See what the Democrats are messing up with, right? All right, you guys. Thanks for your assertiveness. Not observantness. Thanks for your attentiveness, excuse me. I'm tired, but yeah. We'll see you next time, all right? We got a birthday party next week to go to. We're really excited. Got some nice presents, and it's going to be a good time next weekend. But you guys take care. God bless, all right? Till next time. Bye for now.